We're going to go live. And we're live.
Are we live?
Hello. You know us. He's JJ. I'm PGM.
PGM.
Nordturk. Nerd talk from the other side of the world. Hello. Welcome. If you can't hear it, Windy Wellington is living up to its name. It's blustering outside where I am. I don't know what JJ's forecast over there.
Quiet.
Hmm?
Quiet neighborhood.
Quiet neighborhood. Hot,
Yeah,
humid.
we
So,
actually. Oh, we'll get to that.
yeah.
Actually, my street is a dead end street, so really, people know that, and so they don't come into this street unless they live here. So that's a beautiful thing. Um, Hot to where everything sticks to you. Sweating like always, and my color's changing with this sun. So yeah, and then especially that the
Right.
kids started school this week, so crazy.
All right.
But other than that, it's good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. There's no one in the chat anyway, JJ, but they'll turn up. Let's hope.
I pray to that.
We,
Yeah, but I'm
we
enjoying this talks with you. That's what matters to me. And when the
yeah,
chat comes
yeah,
in, I'm fine with that as well.
cool, awesome. So what we're going to discuss today is Ahsoka. Is out pretty soon. I've actually just seen I've seen on YouTube a special sneak peek scene, and it looks really good. I think Dave Filoni is probably outdone himself with his character anyway. So
Hmm.
it looks really lightsabery kind of fighting and stuff like that. It looks really good. So quite looking forward to it. What about you, Jojo? Are you looking forward to this? Ahsoka, let's right bang smack get into it. So
Uh, yeah, I'm. Well, first off, there's something I want to say about Star Wars. We're gonna talk about Ahsoka, and then there's something that we need to uh talk about with the elephant in the room with Star Wars, unless it's a rumor. I don't think so, but it's about Favreau. But we'll get to that in a bit.
okay,
Um, I am
the,
really, um, I
this
am
news.
really look, huh?
What about February when you get to it?
Oh, we'll get to that in a bit.
Right, okay.
Um, so with Ahsoka, I'm really excited. I did love Star Wars Rebels. I thought it was great the way they ended Star Wars Rebels to where we don't know what happened with Ezra. We don't know what happened with Thrawn in the canon, of course, side of it. Just knowing that Ahsoka's still around. Um, just seeing the other parts of Star Wars that we don't get to see during the Skywalker saga, I think is phenomenal. I think it's great. If this is all Filoni, it's gonna blow it out of the water. I hope. One of the things I do want to see is the Thrawn live action Thrawn.
Mhm.
I don't look. It doesn't. His appearance doesn't look too impressive to me. But hopefully, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Linda, how you doing, Linda? Oh, Linda, you're here with some Star Wars. That's great because you are knowledgeable in that, and I'm glad for that.
Cool.
And well, God rest in peace, the late great Ray
Ray
Stevenson. I want to see
Stevenson.
how he
Yes.
does with this
Yeah.
character, and I think it's gonna be all right. I want to know how it's gonna be. I wonder if the only thing I don't want PG is I don't want it to be hey Duff man, how you
Yeah,
doing,
definitely.
buddy? I don't want it to be a time thing, like a go back in time or go into the future kind of thing. I don't want Star Wars to hit any of that. I think you know I don't
Oh,
know. You know what? Yeah, that does look like Elon Musk. Now that I think about it, you're
what?
right. It does look like Elon Musk.
Who looks like
Um,
him?
Thrawn.
Oh, okay. That's Mads Mikkelsen's brother, older
Yeah,
brother.
yeah,
So,
his older brother.
um,
Yeah, But he does
No,
kind of look like Elon in a certain way, the way he stands. But yeah, that's true.
so
But yeah.
the
I just don't want it to be
voice.
a time thing with Star Wars. I don't want nothing to do with time in Star Wars. Um, there's no reason for it at all. Unless it's a different timeline. Because this is like during before this is what before Force Awakens, right? And then after Return of the Jedi. So I don't want to see no time incursions like they say to happen. I think that'd be ridiculous. If you want to do time incursions with Star Wars, do another story, but not in this one. So we'll see how that goes. I can't wait to see the characters come back, but in human life form. Sabine, Hera, of course, Ahsoka. I want to see Hera. No, Ezra, and of course, we already saw Zeb in Mandalorian
Yeah,
4 or
yeah.
Mandalorian season 3. I'm sorry, I say season 4 because of Book of Boba Fett, but I think it's gonna be a great show. I think it's something that we're all eager to watch, especially that we don't know what else is going on after this writer strike. Um, I know that after that, the only thing I know that we have after Soka is Loki, and then that's it. I don't know about Andor. I don't know about what's going on with the other stuff. So
Well, apparently in the news that Mando is now going to be a movie.
yeah,
It's not going to be another. It's not going to be another series. So they're wrapping that up, I think, in a movie. So Dave Filoni's got that. So it's. I think that's all probably been decided. But um, as to being again, repeat myself, a movie. So they've got to wrap it up somewhere. I've heard and some uh, people saying that they're getting very close to the uh, um, Force Awakens movies, so
mm,
they need to wrap it up, and you know that so because Ahsoka is very close to that timeline,
mm.
so that's where they're at the moment. So
Now
some
that you mentioned that, PG, about they're that close to that timeline, do you think maybe with the whole Ezra thing and this whole between Outer Worlds as like a timeline, you think that's gonna make they're gonna try to use that as to bring the Force Awakens out?
no, I don't think so. There is some indication about the timeline, but I don't think it will be like that. I think it will be.
Okay,
I think it'll be used. Um,
properly.
I hope myself. I agree with you. I hope myself. They use it sparingly. They don't use it continually, but it's. I think they will use it, but hopefully they'll use it sparingly and in the story context of all things. I think that Ezra is probably going to be found.
Mm-hmm.
There have been rumors, speculation that God forbid Ahsoka, this might be the end of Ahsoka. She might die in this. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Ezra again will be found, but he will continue to be a Jedi. Um, uh, he'll continue the story. I don't know. I don't think he will because we haven't seen him in the sequels, being Force
Yeah,
Awakens. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Um, yeah, there
maybe
are
he's Snoke.
speculations. Yeah, well,
Maybe he's Snoke.
could be. Yeah, we could see Andy Serkis come back as Snoke because that in that time So who knows? Who knows? Because it's all speculation at this
You
moment. So
honestly think Ahsoka will die?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm again. I'm probably one.
Yeah, for
What
how you
Adam?
doing, buddy?
Um, I'm
Good
only
to see y'all.
speculating myself. I'm only rumor mongering myself. But that's what I've heard.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
um,
I heard Sabine Wren is gonna die.
yeah, she could do. Yeah. Quite possible. Um, quite possible. She's very. You can see it in her face. She's very urgent to find Ezra because
Yeah.
she was very close to Ezra back in the Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Close at actually to the end of Rebels, she was getting
yeah,
closer to him when
yeah.
they
So,
found the what is it, the white wolf and all that,
mm,
and it was
um,
getting, you know.
I think they'll bring back the White Wolf. I think they'll have to.
You
So
think we'll see some sort of form of Kanan Jarrus come out as Ghost form, maybe?
yeah, it would be quite good, but they haven't. I haven't heard anything about casting for that, but maybe they're keeping it a secret. Who knows? Um, um, we'll have to wait and see. Really, to be quite honest with you, um,
We got
the
two
way,
episodes this Wednesday.
yeah, the way it looks is just um, suck the money into it like they did for Mandalorian, which is quite
Yeah.
good. um, Not like Book of Boba Fett that they sucked their money in it and then they took it out and reverted it back to Mandalorian.
So
So
you don't think they'll bring back Book of Boba Fett too? Because I mean, the way they ended it, it seems like they should do at least one more season before the movie.
yeah, I just to redeem Tim Morrison's character as Boba Fett. But I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think Mandalorian's got to be it, and Boba Fett will be in Mandalorian, and that'll be it.
So it's a one and done season.
It's one and done season.
Oh,
So
sucks.
you know what Star Wars is like, and it changes its mind like it changes its socks and underwear pretty regularly. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
um, I don't think it's on the cards for Tim Morrison. I don't think it is. Um, you can ask. I could be entirely wrong. You could pop up and see a second series of Book of Boba Fett. Who knows? But you know, who knows? What have we got here? No more Book of Boba Fett. No more Kenobi, please.
I don't think
um,
Kenobi's gonna happen. That was just a mini series. Everybody thinks it's gonna do a second season, Linda, but it's not. It's like
yeah,
when they talked about WandaVision, they're all like, "Oh, WandaVision's gonna definitely get a second season." Everybody has already said it was a mini series, and also Kenobi is a mini series. I don't see no point of bringing back Kenobi. He already went into the Deadlands. He
yeah,
needs to hide.
yeah.
He needs to be hidden until New Hope. That's it. I mean,
Mm.
there's no reason to bring him out. Um, Book of Boba Fett, on the other hand, I think they need to. I know you don't want no more, Linda, but they need to bring it back just to fix up Boba Fett. I think to justify that his bounty hunter days are still not over, even though he's king or whatever he is of that Mos Eisley area. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me on that,
You
PG,
could
but
find you could find you could find that maybe when they produce and do the Mandalorian movie, right? And
mhm.
then you could have the redemption of a Book of Boba Fett season 2 after that to actually maybe continue and end Book of Boba Fett on a second season of Book of Boba Fett, just to actually tie up the loose ends and you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I just want to see the Marshal back with a robotic arm and stuff like that.
you meaning Cobb Banff?
God Bandit, yeah.
Yeah. I hopefully in the movie when we see it, we see Cad Bane back as well. So
Yeah, I don't think he's dead.
yeah, I used it either. So, um, yeah, it's you might be right. You might be right. Maybe second season might of the Book of Boba Fett might be good. I agree with that, but I just don't see it on the cards. Um,
Understandable. I mean, after what you're telling me, that how it was like a
mm,
lot, and then I mean, as it is, Disney Plus isn't really making the money that they wanted to. I mean, I'm even hearing they want to pull the plug on that, but
well, the thing
that
is,
I don't believe that when we have Star Wars and Marvel shows.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I think everybody's heard rumblings and big rumblings of that of Bob Iger and stuff going down.
hmm
He wants to create, and I've said this countless times on our show that
quality.
Bob wants to cut the fat, and that means that cutting. Uh, I think there was news that he wanted to cut, and he wants to cut all the TV series, all the Marvel TV series, and just and just have movies. I think that's a smart idea. So
I like what
um,
Linda says. I think that's a great idea.
I want a
Uh,
movie, series based on Sith
cheers.
and yeah. um, yeah. Trouble with Disney at the moment is it's just a corporate mess. So they can't do anything. Sorry, I know you wanted to be positive, but I'm going to bring it back.
No,
Uh,
you're. I agree with you on that. I mean,
um,
some things you can't be positive on.
yeah. I think it needs to wake up. I think uh, Bob Iger is just not waking. He's only waking up to the fact that um, yes, MCU is going to be a lot different going forward. Not too many TV series like Secret Invasion. Um, maybe he's saying also with the Star Wars thing. Maybe he's going to turn around to uh, Dave Filoni and say, "No, it's too many TV series. We've got to go back to the films. Um, More quality over quantity, kind of deal." So
Yeah,
that's um,
I agree with you. I think the TV series like for the MCU, I think is a bit too much. Like they like I mean like I agree with you saying on um like before Endgame, we had only like 3 movies a year for MCU. It was like just 3 content movies and that was it. And then all of a sudden we have Phase 4 with 12 things going on at the same almost close to together, and it was like, okay, that's a little bit too much. Um I just feel like they're just trying to throw too much to I feel that they want to kind of do that just to get multiverse out of the way within 5 to 6 years, and that's not going to be a great story. I mean, I know it took almost 10 years, 11 years for Endgame. Yeah,
mm,
11 years to finally wrap up the Infinity Saga. But I mean, you can't. That took 11 years of work, especially that you had 3 movies, 2 to 3 movies a year that we anticipated, and they were great, you know. But with this, they're. You're right. I mean, it's just too much. You know,
I mean,
it's like
yeah,
they don't know what they're doing.
we're sandwiched and we're saturated through all these movies, all these MCU projects and TV series, and then movies on top of that, and then it's either you like the TV series or you don't like the TV series, or you're in the middle. So
Yeah.
um, it's the arguments are out there and the disagreements are out there, but also the fact remains that okay, yes, if you're a good fan of MCU projects, you have to watch them all so you can actually link up the movies.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing with Phase 4 is that you don't really. I mean, you see a few link ups, but it's sometimes it's not getting anywhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's not. No,
Moon Knight doesn't link anything to any
no,
of
you're
these
right.
things. Thor: Love
Yeah.
and Thunder kind of didn't do that either. Eternals kind of, but not really. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not even. Loki, and you can say that maybe a little bit of Shang-Chi did. Spider-Man No Way Home hit the mark with the multiverse. Loki's hitting it. Um, Miss Marvel and the Marvels, we don't even know where that's going.
Mm,
Guardians of
mm,
the Galaxy, I haven't seen yet, so I can't say anything on that. I know that they were just trying to end it. It was trying to be its own solo thing to end it. Um, then you have Multiverse of Madness that kind of went there, but still, none of these don't seem like they're connecting as much as you want them to, you know, and I think that's just
Yeah, and again, it's the
even
same. Yeah, the same
yeah,
problem,
even a
isn't it?
little piece added to the next, you know. I
Mm.
mean, like No Way Home, like No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. He spoke about Spider-Man, right? So there you go. Um, of course, Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's talking about Kang and the multiverse.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, wow, you know, and still, where are we going with that? Because it's more like all I'm seeing is cosmic universe and then multiverse, and it's like, okay, what about it? Well, what do the two have any to? What do they have to lead to?
yeah, it
Don't
needs to be
they don't
addressed.
show anything.
Yeah, it needs to be addressed, and it hasn't been addressed. So you're right in that retrospect.
And
Um,
then you don't
so
have a character that you want to focus on that's gonna be like the main people, like like in Infinity series. You had Cap, you had Iron Man, you had Thor. Not even this Thor right now. It seems like it's like they're throwing him to the side. Like, yeah, who cares about him? We don't see Captain Marvel being the main role. Of course, we all knew that Black Panther was gonna do it, but he passed, and we don't see Shuri as like the one that's gonna really do it.
no,
Doctor Strange is just another side character again. The Guardians already separated. Now there's a new Guardians, and it's like, okay. Ant-Man seems like it's ending too because he's getting older, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? You know, um, with the whole incident with Hawkeye, I think they're just gonna finish him off, and that's it. With uh, with the Secret Invasion, I mean, even though I like it, I don't, and I'm not trying to diss any of these movies. I like all these movies and TV shows, but it's just they're not going anywhere. They're not focusing on main characters to start. You know, because with Iron Man and Cap, we saw them as like, okay, we're gonna form a group and we're gonna be leaders. We don't see that in this saga in this phase, you know. I don't know. I just hope things change, but with the writer strike and everything else going, doesn't seem like it.
well, the projects that we're getting now, and we'll still get, uh, right, we'll still see them, which some of have been shored up to actually get to us, or everybody in the world who's got Disney
Yeah.
Plus. So, um, okay, yes, there have been again rumblings out there, and of course, you just said that uh, not many of the multiverse saga, let's say, have been shored up. It's like loose ends are still loose ends. So, and that's the major problem. There's only what 3 to 4, 5, 3, not even 3 movies, not even 2 movies, maybe two and one series, being Loki, have actually explained in the multiverse saga, and the rest
Mm-hmm.
have been individual comic book movies, which doesn't tie in to the greater picture, which is really, really dumbfounded me as well. So I agree with you on that point. They should have they should have actually just had something in there that it would just explain where what's happening to the multiverse, right? Okay, what's happening to the rips in the sky? Okay, where have all these rips in the sky been? You don't see them in Thor: Love and Thunder. You don't see them in Shang Chi, right? Okay,
You don't see them in Eternals. You don't.
Eternals.
The only thing you can say about Shang-Chi that makes it connected is the rings are sending out a signal. But we don't
mm,
know if that's a signal to the cosmos or signal to the quantum realm because of the fact that Ant-Man took that part already. But I don't know. It's weird. I mean, even Linda's saying I'm tending not to be enjoying new Marvel lately. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I loved Ant-Man 3, but I still want more of a push to where it's got to be character based and story based, and then we're not. And I just feel like they're just trying to. In a way, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and please don't chew my leg off on this, but I feel like Marvel's doing with
Linda
Star
to
Wars
chew
is
your leg off, or me to chew your leg off. So, um,
like I feel like Marvel's tending to go to the route of Star Wars, where forget the older characters. The new characters, which are going to be all female based, are going to be the main the characters. I don't mind female characters, but just make great stories of them. And I just feel like in the new Marvel, they're just trying to get rid of all the male OG characters that save the world, and it's going to be now all female lead based. I mean, we've seen it with Ironheart, Black Panther, which I understand with Black Panther. I get it. You know, he went. Um, of course, Cap is still going to be a male, but you have She-Hulk, Hawkeye with Kate Bishop. You have a female Loki coming out of the woodworks with Sylvie. I mean, I don't know who else to name. I mean, of course, Scarlet Witch is one of the
Well,
originals is going to come, but
you got Miss Marvel. You got Miss Marvel,
Miss
Kamala.
Marvel, there you go. I mean, it's just
Monica Rambo. You got Monica Rambo as well on that. So.
as Photon. Eventually, she'll be the new Captain Marvel, probably. And that's the thing. It's like, and then now you got Charlie Theron's character, who's I forgot her name, the one from Multiverse of Madness, when he said, like, she told Doctor Strange, you know, you broke the realm or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you know, like, I get you all want to be diverse. Okay, fine, but that don't mean anything to us when you're not making a great story and you're just focusing on, okay, we need to have this colored person or this female person. Hey, Gilster. You know, I mean, I want strong characters. I mean, we had Princess Leia was a strong character. We had Ripley from Aliens as a strong character. Sarah Connor was a very strong character. And it wasn't thrown out there as like, oh, she's the star. No, she was a badass without even trying to make her the focus of attention, even though she was a focus of attention because the Terminator was after her. But she still became a badass. And it's like, wow, like, that's what we need with Marvel or with Star Wars. Not just, oh, let's throw in a female because the Force is female and blah, blah, blah. No, Gilster, the draft hasn't happened yet. I was supposed to do a live this past week, but I've been so tired with work. I hardly been getting any sleep. So I'm going to try to do a live this week to talk about it so we can all get together and talk about a certain time that we can do it, because I just put it on the 26th just to start up the draft, but I want to do it where we all can be in it. But more details on that. Anyway, so
life gets in the way. I suppose life gets in the way, so that's how it goes. Oh,
and then the thing that I was going to tell you, it's an article. I didn't get to read it. I just saw it. I was trying to look for the article again. I don't know how true or not it is, but I'm hearing that Disney's already kicking Favreau out from Star Wars, or Lucasfilms is. So I'm just surprised that they're doing that, especially since Jon Favreau is the writer, is the writer of Mando, you know. Nah, you didn't miss out. To me, the rise of female characters feels forced. Yeah, Linda, and it shouldn't be that way. Why force that? You don't need to force female characters. As it is in the comics, they're powerful. Captain Marvel was powerful. She-Hulk was powerful. Just throw them in there. Like, make great stories. I mean, She-Hulk, I was like, what the hell? The way they ended it with Kevin? That, to me, that last episode of She-Hulk with the Kevin robot, Kevin robot, was just a sign of telling us, hey, we're going to bring AI out to filming. That's all it was. Nothing to do with the show or multiverse. So, disappointing.
yeah. Well, what I can take from that, what I will give you from that is that yes, it's for the female characters there with the Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel and Riri Williams as Ironheart and all the young, with all the young prodigies, being the young Avengers. right? So
Yeah, but
that's what they're heading for. But the Young Avengers weren't all female based. If you read the comics,
oh yeah,
it's half and half. So um, I think, oh, of course, with Cassie Lang, also she's come into the fray. So they need to actually. I'm sorry, you can hunt me down. Yes, they need diversity in that team. If they are going to do that team, they need male and female heroes. All right. So there was talk on One Division's two boys being real, and they end up being in the Young Avengers um, uh, squad. So that's where it was heading. I don't know where that's going to go, but that
well, I
was
heard that
heading.
Young Avengers is no more.
Well, that it could be true because with everything that's going on, and all the quality over quantity, and all the cutbacks, and not having all the TV series of MCU, it could mean only we're getting, yes, maybe more films in the MCU, not 3 movies a year, but more movies, right? What
Hmm.
a year, right? We may not see them at all. So that means where are they going to be put in? So they have to be now put in a different film franchise, which means that because Ant-Man is finished, it's trilogy, but you'll see him in something else, right?
Hmm.
So you've got Spider-Man also, you've got um, so yeah, it's a whole lot of balls in the air that is being juggled again and again and again. So what they need to do, and my suggestion to do Disney Disney Plus MCU, is pull your freaking finger out and do what's right to the fans, right? When you come back and say
Hmm.
yes, quality over quantity, but make damn sure you're writing storylines for females and males 50-50, right?
Yep.
Get that in your heads, and give us better films, right?
Yep.
Right? And better
Agreed.
writers and better stories. That's the bottom line. Sorry, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sorry.
Hmm.
Um, um, that's my opinion, JJ. So there you go.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Um,
opinion, and I think you're right. They
um,
need to do that. Linda says there's rumors they're going to cast Taylor Swift as Emma Frost.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh yeah, no. Unless she's another Emma Frost from another multiverse, I just don't see her. I haven't. I guess because I haven't seen her act.
I haven't either.
So
So,
maybe they
um,
see something we don't. I don't know. I
yeah.
mean, hopefully, um, maybe she'll do great. I don't know, but
Well,
I
things
don't
that,
see her.
thanks, Linda, for bringing that up. Whoops,
I
I'll
see
try.
Margot Robbie more as an Emma Frost more
Yeah, yeah.
than Taylor Swift, but
Because I forgot about Deadpool 3 and mutants.
mm,
So that's gonna change immensely with the MCU. Uh, so you've got the mutants coming in. Um,
yep.
should have been there a long time before this happened, but we won't go there. It's another story.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, now that you mentioned mutants, go ahead.
oh, is that the same one? Is that right?
Yeah.
But that's yeah. Go on. Go on.
No, I was gonna say was supposedly with the mutants, it's gonna come out with Captain America 4, which they changed the name to Brave New World or something like that.
Uh,
Now, and according to them, that's where we're gonna see a little bit more of the whole Eternal stuff happening
that's right. Yes.
with the what you call it, the Celestial
Yes.
Tamatud or whatever his name was,
Which didn't get
and
mentioned at all, except in She-Hulk.
hmm
How can you not see that in other films? I do not know. Um, beats me. So anyway,
so it's according to to MCU rules now that mutants are going to be brought because of that character, because of like his body's adamantium or something like that. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I heard that too, JJ. So it's just like, I mean, they're bringing the celestial being into the MCU more because I think they probably fell on their sword saying that, well, why wasn't this explained in other films and other TV programs? Where was it? Right?
Hmm.
Why was it only explained in She-Hulk in an article on her tablet? Should have been explained. I mean, how could you not see a celestial in a freaking sea with his head poking up and his hand coming? All right.
Didn't they even show it in the news?
They only
In the
showed it
Eternal movies?
in the yeah, and the
I think in
Eternal
the
movie.
movie Eternals, they were showing it like in
Yeah,
TV shows or
yeah,
TV movies. I mean, sorry, news shows that
yeah.
this being was coming out.
But no other film addressed it
Mm-mm.
at all. So that's my pet peeve. They should have addressed it, right? And
Agreed.
only one show out of the whole entire film, right, of this multiverse saga addressed it, and that was She-Hulk, and that's about it. We haven't heard anything else. So that's my grievance. Do you guys believe some what
Writers.
writers are secretly writing on strike? No, they can't. They can't. They won't. That's my opinion. Strike well passing the time. Hope the strike will end soon. They have something to say. I don't think so. That's my opinion. I don't think they
Nah, Gilly,
should.
they're not doing anything.
No.
I don't even think some of these SAG actors will allow them to.
No. They can't. They can't write because they can't produce it anywhere, and they can't get paid. So that's what the strike is for. So. Um, I think they're just on strike because they're on the picket lines at the moment. So with the SAG actors. So, but we won't go into that. We're discussing MCU. Sorry, Gilster. um, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are. I mean, but yes, it needs to be addressed. The multiverse needs to be more shored up and more um, loose ends need to be fixed and explained.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're supposed to make Kang the baddie, well, I mean, why isn't he showing up? Not even. I mean, okay, we'll see him again in Loki, but I mean, if you're doing a multiverse, which I don't mind a multiverse because then you can say that the X-Men or the mutants came from a mutant world or a mutant universe, and they're brought in. I mean, I don't know.
Goes through. I think spend this time learning to write.
Touche, yeah.
Then it might actually be worth paying them more. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Some writers, Linda, I agree with you that, but most of them, I think, write good stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's just a mess. I think it's just a mess with it. So, okay,
Just because it's on a streaming service does not mean people are watching it.
yeah, yeah, I kind of agree with it.
And then when you got, and I'm sorry, like, I don't mean to go past MCU, but when you got selfish people, like, I forgot her name, but the one that came out in Shazam, God of Furious, and she's the new Snow White. And she's over here saying that I should get paid, like, well, nobody's gonna, if you're gonna talk like that, nobody's gonna. And then the way they're changing Snow White, like, no, nobody's. I mean, don't even call it Snow White. You might as well call it Hot White or Snow Black or something, because I mean that's not even Snow White.
Yes, I did hear something that. Well, I heard it. I saw it because she's saying stupid bloody things that she shouldn't be saying. and she's trying to promote the film that she's in. She's doing a damn horrible job doing it, and it's not Snow White. It's not a reading.
And to say that you don't need the prince anymore because she's gonna be a most powerful woman,
Yeah,
and that's not Snow White at all.
it's
Sorry.
not. She's lost all. Lost all thought in that. Why don't she just go back and
And,
watch it on Disney Plus if it's on there?
and to be honest with
Yeah.
you, Peter,
Mm.
I saw Shazam: Gods of Fury. I like the movie, but to be honest, her role as one of the sisters was terrible. I didn't think she did great as a goddess. And for her to say that she's Snow White, and no,
Yeah, I think she's a little bit privileged. Do you think she's just a little bit privileged? I'm sorry to say. I think
if anybody should be privileged, it should be Gal Gadot.
um, I think she's got the wrong, strongly wrong interpretation of Snow White and the film. It's iconic, right? It's not about being a leader. It's about love and romance. It's about kind of, I mean, I don't know why they didn't hire dwarfs to play these parts. They hired different looking people, and no offense, guys out there, but it's it just doesn't, to me, look right. It really doesn't. So,
Sounds
um,
like sounds to me like they're doing a remake of Snow White and the Huntsman, but with less dwarves. Yeah, I believe you're right. It does seem like that, but I mean, but we've already seen this. It's happened 3 times already that they put these classic cartoons to live action movies, and it doesn't succeed. I mean, you had Lady and the Tramp. I mean, great. It was great, but it wasn't up there like people wanted it to be. Then you have Peter Pan and Wendy. You know, with all the changes in that, I mean, now Snow White's doing that. Ah, higher dwarfs Disney.
hmm,
No, you can thank Peter Dinklage for that. So I think he wants to be the only little man or whatever you want to call him
that's right.
to
Yeah,
dominate the movies and nobody else. Which
yeah.
I'm sorry, but you had work with Dave. What was his name? Warwick Davis or Willow, who was one of the first ones.
Yeah, I think he got, yeah. That's Peter Dinklage for you. He's just like he's up his ass sometimes. So um, uh, yeah, it's a shame where they take all these beautiful animated properties, remake them into something completely and utterly different from the original source. It's really something. It's disheartening. And I think they should leave it alone and try actually do something original. For God's sake, do
Yeah,
something original. Don't rewrite history and then stuff it all up for everybody else. Um,
I didn't even like Lion King to be honest.
uh,
The
Disney
live
is,
action Lion King, I didn't like. Anyways, what the dwarf actor thing has been.
yeah, sorry, the thing has been controversial thing for decades. They CGI normal sized people down.
Okay,
They did the Hobbits, yes. Um,
which is a big problem, Linda, because wouldn't you think as a little person, you'd be like, why are you doing that? That's more of an offensive thing to me when you can use me, real human little person, to act. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I know it's been a controversy for years, but I don't think it should be. They're people just the same as us, and they deserve their parts, even if it's like seven dwarves. I mean that that's just a part of them. I mean,
outrightly they should just actually just hire dwarfs, and that should be just the
Yeah, that's
yes.
their roles, and anything of a world, sorry, uh, anything that is intended to be part of their world, they should be the ones doing it, not the CGI stuff. And I mean, a good example. You make Chris Hemsworth. You color him and make him Hispanic to play me. I'd be like, get a Hispanic to play me. You don't need no Chris Hemsworth to change colors. And I mean, no, you know what I mean. I mean that's how I see it.
Well, the thing is that they did that for the silver screen back in the day. They hired, I mean, Jerry Lewis, and when he was doing the comedy movie, he was supposed to be a Chinaman, and that was very offensive to.
Well, I mean the same thing with
Um,
what was that movie where everybody got sick with cancer with John Wayne, where he was Genghis Khan.
that's right. Yeah. Um, it's
You know,
ridiculous, really. I mean, and now it's kind of gone almost full circle, and they're doing it again. So unfortunate, really.
I like
So
what Linda says. She says dwarfs are guys, lost boys are boys. Peter Pan and Wendy shows you all. It shows you girls, and I'm like, we're the lost boys. No, you're girls. But
yeah, yes, yeah. Hang on, I'll come back. I'm going.
oh, he disappeared, chat. I think he's trying. Oh, he's got some toys there. Let's see what he. Oh, some Star Wars.
Oh, that, yeah, it's been there for ages. I haven't got my poster behind me. There will be something else behind me. Not
Nice,
soon, but pretty soon. So
very
um,
very nice.
I'm kind of revamping. I'm revamping my wall space and my action figures and stuff like that. So um, I can't. I'm kind of actually, to be quite honest with you, now it's a little bit. Now I'm on the show. I'll tell you. I'm revamping the PGM show very soon. Not that much. I'm just tweaking it. Um, so let's watch the space because it'll be quite fun. So
Cool.
instead
I'm
of,
gonna enjoy seeing that.
instead of having one guest, I'll be having multiple guests. So it's like going to be a couch kind of thing. I'm going to take it a little bit from Graham Norton.
Ooh, the PG Lounge show.
um, it'll still be called the PGM show. So I'll be maybe dressing up a little bit nicer, like I did before. So and there'll be a musical guest. It's probably going to be me anyway. Maybe doing spoons or singing a god awful song. Um, uh, I'm gonna have funny stories. I think coming from the guests, like JJ might be on with Ed from Rebels, right, and
Yeah.
another couple of people, right, and sharing stories and sharing funny stories and sharing a bit of a laugh with me on the show. So it'll be a whole new format in that. So it'll be just loads of fun. So yeah, it'll be talking toys as well. So we can just sit around and talk toys as well. So we won't neglect that. But uh, yeah, so
Which
that's coming up pretty soon in the near future. I'm just kind of getting it into my head to see where I'm going to go with it. Yeah, so
cool. Which I have a lot of toys to honestly, show. I mean, I did get those Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Black Series, Bastila and Darth Malik, and they're
oh
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I want those as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah. I
um,
always liked Knights of the Old Republic. Just
just
fully
bought
framed, retired the old one. It had way too many holes. Well, just save it, but retire it and save it. But that's something to keep.
but yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, JJ, to have maybe you and about three other people on a couch and
Sure,
or,
I don't
or
mind.
not on a couch, but in your home, but just a
No, it's okay. Look. I mean,
mm,
I got this right here.
but
This game. This
um,
game. Uh, I have this
um,
thing that I can lay down like this and chill with you like this. It feels a little weird, but I can be like this, like if it's a lounge, and be like, okay, what are we going to talk about now? Oh, don't show. Let me suck it in. Let me suck it in. Kind of like that, you know. Uh, I'm not used to this gamer chair. Just
but
bought
I
it
mean,
about 2 weeks
I mean,
ago. And
sorry, I'm not interrupting
go
you.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I might, it's like Ed, you and maybe Gilston, maybe on that show on that night or on that day, right? Telling telling funny stories, little
That'd be cool.
anecdotes, and saying sharing what you got, store have you,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it'll be just fun and happy and jovial and stuff like that. And you know,
I totally understand, and I think that'd be great.
I'm going to still put you guys down in the green room and introduce you. So yeah, there'll be probably one stipulation I'll get you to guys or gals to do as well if you're guests on the PGM show is I'm gonna have you walk into the room, right? Like I'm greeting you, right? From so and have the applause, have the cheesy applause when you're coming in. So yeah, so that's only one stipulation. So yeah, it'll be quite fun. I'm quite looking forward to it. So I'm just working that out. Anyway, what's the space? Yeah. So where were we? Yes, Soka MCU.
MCU, yeah. Those
Um,
changes.
um,
I don't know. Just and then you have there's another thing. PG is that now you have well what's confirmed from what I heard was that Michael Keaton. Now that we go back with the Flash, Michael Keaton is coming back to play the Vulture in Craven the Hunter.
yes, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, wow, it's pretty interesting where they're going with all this with
Well, they
Sony. I mean,
want a Sinister Six, JJ. They want a Sinister Six, so that's probably where they're going.
yeah, but it ain't.
Um,
I think it's already been done with No Way Home as Sinister Six, even though it wasn't Sinister Six. But in a way, it has been kind of made already, and I don't think they can. If and that's the thing is that they want to make all these villains like main characters, and you can't do that. You know.
well, not with Craven. I don't know why they actually did
Well,
it
not with
Craven.
Craven, not with Morbius. I mean, Venom is not even a villain. I mean, he could be a villain to Spider-Man, but now it seems like they're changing him up to be more of
Yeah,
a anti-hero,
yeah,
a vigilante. But
yeah.
I mean, you can't have a Sinister Six movie just by itself without a Spider-Man. Just like you have Craven the Hunter, you can't have him by himself without a Spider-Man. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I think.
Yeah. Some of these decisions have been made to probably, let's say, not at the right scale, if that makes any
I
sense.
don't know.
So, yeah, yeah.
I mean, this
MCU,
is all.
MCU is just it needs to be fixed. I think it just needs to be kind of fixed up, but no one's going to do it anytime soon because, again, going back to the writer's strike and the SAG actors strike, we're just not there yet. So, um, one thing I can say is if Bob Iger can just shut the hell up for finances, right, and get get the MCU kind of back on the road without with just getting the movies, right? More movies and less MCU TV shows. Then I think everything can actually be shored up. But we've got to actually say, JJ, we've got to say, right, more quality, right, and more quality over quantity. That's the bottom line. That's the
PGM said so.
yeah, exactly. Because
Well, I mean, do you think now that you said that Bob Iger needs to shut up about finances, do you think maybe because he retired and now he's back from retirement, he has more pressure from the company?
well, he's selling off a lot of stuff. He's selling off Hulu or Star, was what it's called here, right? He's in the process of selling quite a few things off of the assets of Disney Plus that can actually save money. Okay, so he's selling that off to Apple Plus, right? If they want to take it. Okay, so he's cutting the fat, and the fat ain't good because he's going to actually get rid of so many people who are working for Disney Plus or in that kind of area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to actually so he can actually save money. Okay, it's all about money. It's all about finances because Disney, JJ, is in the shit. Is in the
Oh yeah,
financial shit, right? You know
I've
that.
seen their
You know
stocks.
that.
Yeah, I've seen their stocks. I mean, but that has a lot to do more than just the
So,
quality or quantity. It also
oh,
has to do with the stuff that they want to bring into this
yeah,
wokeness world, which you just leave our kids alone. That's all I gotta say. You know?
it's being almost personalized into the fact that um because I think because AI is getting involved as well with Disney. So he
Yeah.
wants to actually Iger has set up a plan to have a task force of AI people to actually sort that out. And that means that no writers, no actors, no, they're reliant on AI only. Right. So Iger wants to be the first company of Disney to actually produce AI, and that's it. Okay, nothing else. But that's going to take probably another 5 years to maybe even 5 to 10 years down the track to actually that eventuate, right? Because you've got to have people to sort out the AI first, anyway. Okay, so that little bit is a moot point. This is my opinion. Okay, you don't have to agree. Right. So, thing is that also, you've got people he has to fire because he has to fire. Okay,
Yeah.
that means he can actually, if he doesn't need it, he'll sell it. More money. He's saving
Like
more
you said
money.
about Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu. So right. So, but he'll keep the assets that he needs and wants, and he'll keep that on Disney Plus. Right. He's hiking the prices up, and he's done it already for Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's because he's actually gaining money then. Okay, probably only a small percentage, but he's also losing money because I've just actually heard, not actually now, but I've heard more people every day are unsubscribed to Disney Plus because of that, and the shit that's going down because of that. Okay. And so he's
You're
losing
right.
money there. He's actually losing money there. So he's put the prices up, but he's also losing subscribers. So
What did
what
they
is
say that they lost
so
what 11 million subscribers because of this?
yeah, and he's losing it every day, JJ. He's losing them every day, right? Every night and day. He's losing them around the world. No, we don't have anything to do with Disney Plus, right? Because what's going on with the writer strike, what's going on with the actors strike, what's going on with AI strike, what's going on with everything else in the world that's surrounding Bob Iger, right? And he's right. Thing is that he's given himself 2 years, because he's back at the CEO point, right? 2 years of getting things back up and running. Disney Plus, not Disney Plus, but Disney Parks, Disney Plus, everything at Disney, right? Okay, up and running again smoothly. Because right now, it's in the toilet, right? Because of all this stuff, right? So that's why he's cutting the fat. He's in debt up to his freaking eyeballs because Chapek has put him into that top line of people who put him in debt. Okay, I think he's probably got all the bean counters which work with JPEG, right? Who
Yeah.
are making the decisions on MCU projects and being not quality but quantity, right? So because the majority of the financial side of it, I'm no expert, the financial side of it, wanted Chapek out, okay, right, out of his position, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's one person there who was bidded Chapek out, right, and she was a corporate, right, and also I think she's a producer somewhere, and now she's got fired, okay.
Ooh.
Right, she's now got fired, and now she's gone to back to Peacock, I think. Right now, she's got fired. Okay, so the ones who didn't like Chapek but right got fired. Right, and more people are getting fired every day
Every day, yeah.
because in different places, in different working areas all around Disney Plus, or not Disney Plus, Disney Parks, whatever. Right, I mean that whole hotel, JJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gone, completely gone because they were overcharging people. Okay, because of ridiculous prices. Gone, absolutely gone. Okay,
Yeah.
the only saving grace for this is the parks with the Millennium Falcon. What's the park's name?
Isn't that? I thought they closed that down.
Galaxy Edge is still going. That's the one. Galaxy Edge is still going.
I heard that
So
they were closing that down.
okay, all right, okay.
I
Maybe
may
they
be
are.
wrong though. I may be
Maybe they
wrong.
are because I know that only one Kenobi, Nick, um, is going to go to that park. If you don't know who Obi-Wan Kenobi Nick is, he's got a great channel. But he's going to the park for a holiday, so I think it's still up and running. But you could be right; it could be closing down. Who
So
knows? So
here we go. It says uh the project took 3 years to complete and had an amazing launch. However, the momentum for the land is decreasing. Because of that, Disney announced they will be closing Star Wars Galaxy Edge
oh,
permanently.
okay, all right,
Galaxy's Edge is themed and land is located in both California and Florida.
right,
So both are gonna
all right. See,
um
okay, yeah,
and that they're gonna close them at the end. So the Star Wars also the Galactic Star Cruiser is closing down at the end of September.
okay. So all of those things are closing down, JJ. So what does that say? It's still in the toilet. Okay.
Yep.
He's hemorrhaging money every day, right? So he's selling off assets or he's closing them down
But do you
because
think this is all Iger PG? Like I'm not disagreeing with you on this. I agree with you completely. But do you think the COVID had something to do with or whatever the heck that disease was?
I
Shouldn't say it
don't,
out loud. But
yeah, I don't, I don't know. I don't know if this is Iger. I don't know if this was Chapek's fault as well. I think it could have been Chapek's fault because he was just employing so many bean counters, and so many writers came into it, probably saying that okay, make it look like it's quality, but really it's not, right?
hmm
Okay. As to what shall I call it? The coof, in case we get pinged, right?
yeah,
Or I can probably say pandemic because I don't think I'll get pinged for that, right? I think that had a major role in it because everything shut down, right? But still, that was you could say it was now in the past, so people have gone to see these Disney park places, right? But
hmm
I think the excitement has worn off from some of these people, right? I think it's got to do with some of these movies and some of these projects, right? Like Star Wars, right? Like Book of Boba Fett, and look at the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like all these projects have been falling down countless times. Indiana Jones movies, right? Dial of Destiny,
no,
right? All these movie projects have weighed on people's minds, saying that why am I going to this park? Because I'm not seeing quality. I'm only seeing quantity, which is not good anyway. Okay. I'm paying exorbitant prices, even for Galaxy Edge, right? Okay. And then, uh, uh, and I've been so many times, I don't want to go again. Okay, so the lackluster excitement has weighed on people's minds, saying that we could actually go there instead of going here, right? Because we've seen it all
Hmm.
before. I don't know. I mean, I'm only spitballing here, guys. So
No,
thing
but you're making a point.
thing is that with all this happening, right? Um, yes, for one thing, yes, he is looked at as to be the bad guy here. Okay, one, he is now looked upon around the world as a celebrity, and he shouldn't be. He should be behind
Mm-mm.
closed doors, right? As a CEO, okay.
Yeah.
He's looked as to be a bad guy here because he has come back at the SAG actors and writers saying that no, we're going to starve you out, right? Of right, and
He said that.
why
Yeah,
starve
he
you
said.
out? Right, we want you back on Disney Plus, right? We want you, not Disney Plus. We want you back to work. So I'm going to starve you out, right? Thing is that the SAG actors and writers won't give in. Okay, plain and simple.
Hmm.
Okay, plain and simple. Okay, that's the problem. Now AI comes into it, right? Now we've heard the news, and it's gone on ABC or news networks, right? That I've heard that he's bringing a task force agency in Disney, right, to actually be a task force of AI, right? Okay, that means that's detrimental to people's livelihoods, right?
Livelihoods. Yeah.
Okay, actors, writers, and families surrounding everything. Okay, right. But the thing is, with the fans like you and I, who watch it but still get upset, may think, hey, there's another factor in this. Okay, no one's actually. We're going to unsubscribe to Disney Plus. That's another $14, or here, or another 8, or whatever it is in your country. Money gone, not spent on Disney
Can't
Plus,
remember.
gone. That's that's he's tanking there as well. Okay, so he's selling all his assets to get money, right? To actually get money so that Disney parks can survive. Okay,
Survive. Yeah.
right, and that's the word I'm getting at, survival. Okay, he may not even think that in his head, but I think he has to survive so he can actually turn it around and get back to where it was before, where people go and go to Disney World, right, or Disney parks, and have a
Hmm.
good time. They're not at the moment. Okay, because he's selling everything. Okay, he's making up for the lost money that he's lost with Chapek and all the bean counters making the wrong decisions, because that's it. That was it. Chapek made
Yeah.
the wrong decisions in everything in what he did. Okay, so that's why they wanted him out. This is my opinion, everybody. It's probably, I don't care if you disagree or agree, but the thing is that, right, if a big company is hemorrhaging like this is, okay, that means if you think Bob Iger is a bad guy, he is at the moment, okay, uh,
Just because he's
and
doing it the wrong way.
he is doing it the wrong way because he's
Right.
not listening to the people
To people.
picketing,
Yeah.
right? He's not listening to um, people who come into the park, workers around it, because he's firing all of them, right? Okay, so he's struggling and he's in a survival mode. Okay, he's got to
Yeah.
sell these things off because he's got to make money back. Okay, so that's, I mean, I don't know whether you want to take that as take that as, that's how I look at it. That's where my brain is looking at it as well. So
Well, I mean, it
um,
sounds like it can be truthful. You know.
um,
I mean, the way you're
yeah.
saying it, I mean, it makes total sense. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what they're trying to get with, and it's like you said, he's just trying to bring it back up, but I think he's doing it the wrong way. So I don't know. I mean, the way I'm seeing the stocks and everything with Disney crashing and how they're canceling shows
Hmm,
and how they're
hmm.
losing subscribers, it just like you said, it doesn't look great for Disney. Now, I don't know which one is true. I mean, I've always seen that people had pictures of the theme parks, especially Galaxy's Edge, not with a lot of people because of the people are saying the price. But then I see that others are saying, oh, there's a lot of people, so it's kind of hard to see that aspect. But I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, I guess because I've never gone to Disney World or Disneyland, like it doesn't really bother me on that part that he's trying to make the money on that.
But
I just
what
see I just see
affects you, JJ? What affects you is that if you're getting really sick and tired of the quality being not good in an MCU film, you might decide, well, I've had it, right? Okay, that might be. I mean, that's again, I'm only speculating. I don't want to talk for yourself,
well,
but
I mean,
that's what
again,
other people are thinking. That's what other people are thinking. It's not just only
yeah.
it's
I mean,
also the
but then
Disney Plus.
again,
So
I mean, like I said, I mean, there's some things that are not I'm not liking in Marvel that are not like you said the quality of it. But so far, I haven't complained much about it. I'm more of the type that don't like to complain about things.
yeah.
Um, Again, does it affect me? I mean, if I have to shut down my Disney Plus, I'll shut it down. I really don't care. I mean, it's not like I mean, I have it on and I really don't get to use much of it. I mean, I'm behind a lot of shows when it comes to it, and I'm seeing a lot of the shows that I wish would stay get canceled, especially like Willow. That's
Mm,
getting canceled. Well, they're not making the second one anymore, and all I'm seeing is reruns in it, and it's like, okay, well, what else should I be watching? I mean, there's nothing else to watch. Um, I don't know. I guess I see it a little bit different because I don't see it as like it's gonna affect me. I mean, yeah, there's some things that I don't like that. Of course, like a good example is the Snow White. I think that should be kept traditional, but that's
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm so brought up with the old
Mm,
cartoon. And the
mm,
honest truth, I don't like seeing these. I mean, the only one I've liked so far, PG, out of all these live action movies of the cartoons, is Beauty and the Beast. I think that's the only one they did right, and it made them money. Now, Lion King, I didn't like that one that much, but it still did its job. But all these other ones that they tried doing and then putting them on the stream, they don't
yeah,
work.
yeah. I mean, there are, yeah, and that's another problem they're going to have, aren't they? Really, to be quite honest with you, when Snow White eventually comes to Disney Plus or on screen, they're going to have a big problem with that because they're not going to like it very much, are they? To be quite
Nobody's gonna
honest,
watch it.
no one's going to watch.
Nobody even watched Peter Pan and Wendy. A lot
So,
of people told me, I was like, I'm not gonna watch that.
uh, what's that? That's it here. I watch more Netflix binge and Prime more than Disney Plus. Yeah, that's right. I mean, thanks actually, Linda, for bringing Netflix up because I'm going to reference a guy who I've been um, following on his channel, Serial at Midnight. Heath he's a movie collector. So he was talking to someone about Disney Plus and Netflix and all this financial stuff that's going on. So it's going to come down to it's going to come down to the assets and Iger being the top tier streamer of all time because that's where he wants to be. He wants to outlast and outnumber everybody on the streaming platform. So he wants to compete and get rid of. Well, I shouldn't be speculating. But the thing is that um, I'll paraphrase. I shouldn't paraphrase. I should get my facts right. The thing is that the conversation was going. Bob Iger wants to be the ultimate streaming platform only. So um, that's where when he bounces back, I think he wants to actually put more emphasis on the Disney Plus streaming platform. So it makes Disney Plus obsolete not Disney Plus. Netflix obsolete. So he's
Obsolete.
it's gonna be like the streaming wars. Okay, um, so that's another factor in this kind of war against streaming and stuff like that. So I could be totally wrong here. So yeah. So I just want to add that. I just want to add that. See if I'm right or
I
not. But
think.
hey, Rolando.
Hey, Rolando, how you doing, buddy? I think the streaming wars has already happened. I think it's we're already in that right now because it seems like everybody's trying to do something originality. Netflix does it, Hulu does it, Star Wars. I mean, uh, Disney does it, Disney Plus. Amazon Prime does originals. Peacock does OGs. Paramount does OGs. So it's kind of like already the war is already happening. I think when you see more of the war happening, and this is the thing that I'm gonna hate the most because it seems like they're gonna end up going into that is when you start bringing the news into these live streams. Right now, no streaming service has news,
All right, right.
and that's a good thing because when we watch stuff, we want to leave the news world out. We just want to enjoy something fun and not hear anything about live events. And they're saying that right now half of the population is already into the streaming, and nobody really watches the cable television or the digital television anymore when it's mandatory to have you know mo- um I lost my train of thought. News, I'm sorry, to have news,
That's right.
and a lot of people, I'm not gonna like that because we watch these series, like we watch Netflix, we watch Hulu, we watch all that to get away from the news. So I don't know, maybe the Iger's gonna mess that up somewhere.
Well, he's selling. He did have ABC on Disney Plus. I think he's selling that as well back to ABC. I don't know where he's going to go. So
It's because Disney owns a lot of things that people don't realize.
yeah. I mean, he'll get rid of National Geographic probably. So we've got that
Oh,
here.
you
Mm,
got what is it? The Discovery Plus is the one that has all the Travel Channel and all that. They might end
mm,
up picking it up.
um, I don't know why not. I don't see why not. They can actually put on Discovery Plus. National Geographic would probably go well with Discovery Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's yeah, yeah, it's a whole lot of mess, isn't it? In Hollywood, I'm afraid.
I think you should take over Disney PG. I think you'll get it back on track.
Oh yeah, I'll probably have to have someone who financially sound. I think with me. I think so. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. Next couple of years, if Bob Iger dies, I can jump into his position. Yeah.
There you go. Unless they give it to Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, God no. All right. Okay. I think that strange place to end it. I think should we end it? I think we should end it. I think we end it.
I think it'll
So
be a great idea and just continue on the next one and just discuss more about what's going on.
yeah.
I mean, it's we'll see what goes on with Fabro, and
Yeah.
we'll get to discuss about Ahsoka. And
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Should do that. Yeah, so,
you don't have
um,
Peacock, do you, PG?
I can get it, but I don't have it. No. So um, I think I
An
can wait.
original Peacock series that's come out, and it's actually good storytelling. I was so impressed by it, and it's Twisted Metal,
Oh yes,
based off a video game.
I can. I've got that on what we call TV NZ on demand. So I've got that. It's like
Okay.
cable. So Peacock shows a lot of stuff on our channels here in New Zealand. So um, So I've got that on my watch list. So I'm gonna have to.
Tell me
Uh,
what you think of it. I think that was some great. I mean, especially that you have a main character with Anthony Mackie
yeah.
coming out in it, and then of course Samoa Joe does a very good plays a very good role with Sweet Tooth. So that's awesome.
I hear it's really quite good, actually. Quite.
Yeah, I was very shocked since
So,
it was from Peacock. I'm like, Peacock did that? Because Peacock does like the Bel Air, which is the new Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which not a lot of people like. They did. I'm not sure they did the new Saved by the Bell, but there's some
uh,
things that they make, and when I was shocked that they brought that out, I was like, what? And I watched it, and it was a great. I mean, I'm not gonna compare it to The Last of Us from
oh,
HBO, but
no,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
for being like, because HBO or Max now, what it's called, is very well. It's not even Max. I think it comes out also on HBO, but HBO is very different from what Peacock is. But I could say whoever did the storyline for this show, Twisted Metal, man, they pulled it off
So,
well, just like Last of Us. So
right,
give it a
guys. Busy day at work in the morning. Let's give
see
us
you,
that.
Gilly. Take care, Gilly.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it too. So
Yeah. Um. I'm going to say what I've got coming up. What have you
all
got coming
right.
up? What have you got coming up, JJ?
I got the NFL
Mm,
fantasy league draft. I'm a commissioner, so I'm gonna get that going. We have 10 people already who are participating. I just need 6 more slots to be
right.
closed, and then try to get the whole owners of the league to let's get together in a live stream and discuss what day and time we can do the draft, so it doesn't intervene with anybody, and hopefully we can get everybody in. I know that's gonna be hard, but um, we'll see with that. I got a lot of stuff here that I need to fix up to get it nice and neat so you guys can see a better version of the room. Um, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's not much.
Okay. Well, if you guys watch this on replay, the ones in the chat, you know that JJ is doing a what is it? NFL thing?
Fantasy NFL fantasy football league.
Again, Fantasy Football League. Please tell your friends he needs another. We got five.
6 slots are open.
6 slots are open, so I'm gonna make a little bit of a plug here for that. Those guys watching on the replay, and please be those six more that JJ needs for
Thank you.
his fantasy football. He's gearing that up, and he will go and watch it. I'm sure it'll be live, won't it? Those things.
Yeah, they'll be live.
So,
Uh, they want more information. They can come into the live stream. Hopefully, I can have a live stream tomorrow, so I can
cool.
talk more about it and people can know about it because right now it's a good deal right now to get into this fantasy league with me being the commissioner and everything. But yeah, I mean that's all I have right now, and
6 more people. He needs 6 more people. So if you kindly oblige, JJ,
thank you.
and join his fantasy football league. Okay,
You won't
me.
regret it.
Okay, and me on the other hand, I'm gonna get back into the this.
Ooh,
I've got a very I want to do a very nice edited, streamlined action figure review on Joel Miller on my channel on the PGM Show Toy Reviews coming up. So I just bought this. This is my birthday present from my sister.
hello, pop culture.
So, g'day, pop
Well,
culture.
happy belated birthday, and I'm glad to.
Oh, thank you, thank you. But yes, so I'm going to do a stylized unboxing and review on that very, very shortly. And also, I want to get back into reviewing more toys and reviewing more movies and that. So I'm quite looking forward to that. So I'm kind of rejigging my channel, but not rejigging my channel. So if you see a PGM show banner up, it'll say PGM show toy reviewer, right? Or PGM show movie review. So there we go.
Awesome.
And so I'll just have to check because we've got. Whoop, what am I doing? Ooh, what am I doing? Ooh, what am I doing? I'm playing around. Pop My Culture. Hello. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. We're just about to close Pop My Culture, but that's okay. Hello. Yes, so I'm just rounding out tonight for me and tonight for JJ.
Thank you.
As the new talk from around the world. Thank you everybody for coming in and saying good day and having a good conversation with us and talking about all the stuff that's going on with Disney Plus and Disney
Positive and negative, more negative.
We will be here every fortnight as to here we go. What's that? Beauty and the Beast is the better one. That one for sure. Yes. Is this you, Josh, or is this you, Shanty? All right.
Wait, is this? This can't be pop my culture, is it?
Oh shit! It's pop
No,
culture.
this is pop culture and plastic. I was like, no, this
gosh.
isn't pop my culture.
God, I cannot read. Sorry, forgive me for that. It's pop my culture.
PG, you're tired.
Oh, I know. I can't read. I need glasses. My apologies, guys. Pop my plastic. Cultural plastic. Oh, gosh, I can't read. Thanks. Yes. Yes, we discussed that. But I do ramble on sometimes. Sorry, JJ.
Not a problem.
But yeah. Again, thank you guys for popping in and pop my culture in plastic. Thanks. Thank you very much. Agreeing with JJ on the Beauty and the Beach thing because you're correct in that. We will be here every fortnight. If things go wrong, we got lives to lead. We will let we will. I will just rejig the times and days. So yeah, things happen out of our own control, so we can't help it. Anyway, enough of me prattling. I will say good night. Thank you very much for talking with us on Nude Talk from around the world with JJ and PGM.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you soon.
Just want to hit this. Nude Talk with JJ and PGM. Good night.